That for later.
Hey, I got the red one.
Just what
Water
for
is
later.
good too.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. I think it's not dirty already.
Should we go ahead and get started?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's morning. It's still 10 a.m.
Yeah.
This is water. Oh, that's water. This is still sleep.
Are you sure it's
water, people?
I hope that's water. Don't know if I trust you.
Wow.
Thank you all very much for coming. My name is Togo Wolf,
And I'm Fang.
and this is Public Fursuiting 101. So just a little background about us, in case you haven't met us before. We are boyfriends, and we have been making public appearances in fursuit as long as we've known each other, actually. Literally dating back to the day we met in person, which you guys will probably hear about today. I met you that day too, actually. We have appeared at various events, popular destinations. We have volunteered and performed at local holiday events, and we have even been requested once or twice, which is a good feeling. Yeah, the resume keeps growing, although Fang here actually got me into this, and he's got a few other things under his belt as well. I think sporting events, parades, etc. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, before we go any further, we do have a little video to share with you guys to kind of give you a feel for what we're all about. So this is some footage that we captured at some of our outings that our handlers captured. Is it working?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Yeah. While we're figuring out the tech. This is GoPro footage. This is footage that our handlers captured. You know what you might need to do? It might be on 2-screen mode. You might need to drag it to the other screen. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Yep. Yeah, keep going. Go.
Get there.
Yeah.
Now I can't see the mouse cursor though.
Your ear's in the way. Okay.
You good? Good. All right, here we go.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, that looks familiar.
Okay, now we gotta figure out how to get our PowerPoint back.
You missed all the bowling beats.
Yeah, you're right. We should have
There's
been
no
doing
bowling
it.
beats in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, you put on me? You think I picked that?
I don't know.
But
I think it's the techie one.
you throwing me under the bus now? Let's see how it is.
That is pretty.
So, as you can see, public student can be a blast. Not only do I find it to be a lot of fun, but I always just find it to be so gratifying that just by being our weird selves, we just have this uncanny ability to spread smiles and to put some positivity out into a world like this that desperately needs it. So, and if it's something you care to try, we certainly very much encourage it and recommend it, which is why we're here today. Anything to add for the next slide? Hey guys. Yeah. I think you hit that arrow there. If you want to go to the next one. Good. Oops, you got it right after. That's not going to work. anybody's got any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt at any time. We can shift gears. Yeah. All right, so first things first, choosing a location and a time of day. So as you can imagine, you don't want a public suit just anywhere. This is kind of both for your sake and for the comfort of both you and your audience. It's best to pick a place where you are likely to be well received. Our experience has been that some of the best places are outdoor events, popular destinations, etc. Come on in. Basically places where people might be out and about sightseeing or just out having fun. So, what's up? Yes, it's recording. So, now you made me lose my train of thought there.
Public parks?
Right.
You said public parks?
Not yet, I'm getting to that. Yeah, because if people are in that sort of a mind state anyway, then it's more likely that, if they see something like you out and about, it's just like, oh, costume performer. Hey, I'm going to go say hi to them. I'm going to go ask them for a picture, etc. We've also got parks on there. Parks, our experiences then are okay. The thing about parks, though, a lot of times people don't always come there to have fun or to sightsee and whatnot. People go to parks to kind of get away, to kind of relax, to go for walks, etc. We've had some good interactions in parks, I think. But
Yeah, well, we found out actually with public parks, that is a great place to just take photos to
Yeah.
post on your social media sites like TalkTick and whatnot. Yeah.
I thought I was the old one. Can you guys hear us okay, by the way? Do we need to use the mics? Good?
Is this better?
No.
We also, primarily, we like tourist traps.
Yes.
What I call the revolving door. So if you can stand in a spot, interact with a person, look to your side, interact with another, and keep going, and you never have to really move, that's kind of the best case scenario. You're not burning as much energy walking around, but you get to interact with a lot of people.
Right.
Who's under 18?
Okay.
Gosh darn it.
I don't know where you were going with that,
As ton of people.
but okay. Yeah.
You can also suit in private areas. You just
Yeah. Actually, before we get to that, yeah. So we talked about public places, popular destinations. So, case in point, some of the photos there from our outings. The top photo there, that is Niagara Falls, Canada, which if you've ever been there, you probably know it's a big tourist trap town. Not only because of the falls, but yeah, I see some heads nodding. Yeah, there's tons of attractions there, stores, outlets, etc. So people are out to sightsee and to have fun. So yeah, we were very well received there. Bottom photo, that is actually here in Pittsburgh. That is Light Up Night, which is when the city here starts their holiday festivities. And yeah, so yeah, they have ice skating and whatnot. We stole the show that night. I think we upstaged Santa Claus. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, go on about private places.
private places. So I suited for a baseball game. You always hear people that go to their schools, that go to hospitals, which I think is great. The difference and the difficulty with that is you need permission first. You have to ask them, you have to be like, hey, can I suit? Well, what's that about? And then you got to answer all the difficult questions before you even get there.
Mm-hmm.
Public is public, anybody can show up. Also for private, even if you get permission, even if everything works out grand, even if they are so wonderful that they provide you a headless zone or a place to suit up, de-suit, all that, you are still in the way. And I do say it like that because they are there for a reason. Private is private, they have a business, you are in the way. You might be bringing people in, getting people interested in what their private event is, but you are still in the way, you're still an add-on. So you have to keep that kind of in the back of your thought, in your brain as you're shooting there.
It really depends on the situation, though, because yeah, to your point about like if they give you permission and whatnot. One thing you can do is try to volunteer for things. Like our hometown Halloween event, we volunteered for one time. Yeah, saw a flyer that came in the mail saying, like, Tommy Gates is having a Halloween event. It was at a park that was nearby. I decided to reach out and say, like, hey, we're a couple of local costume performers. We'd love to make an appearance. And I was kind of surprised. They were just like, yeah, we'd love to have you. We'd like to make you our official greeters. So we got to greet people as they were coming into the park. That was nice. But other private places, like malls or stores and whatnot, we've tried that. Personally, I don't really recommend it because, yeah, to your point about you're in the way, people usually don't come to shopping centers and whatnot to sightsee. People come there to shop. If you show it to a place like Walmart, people want to get there and get out, get their stuff and get out. So, yeah, when we did that before, we caught some looks. We got some, suspicious glances and whatnot. Some people live for that kind of attention. I know you do. So, but if you're not comfortable with that, we don't recommend that. So, yeah, I think that's
another big part of public suiting, public or private, is knowing where you're going, knowing how you're getting there, the length of the route. So we recommend that you walk your route. You walk the route the time of day you're planning to suit the route, so you know the flow of traffic, foot traffic, car traffic, any other, so you know how much height you're going to get while you're public suiting.
There's bags.
There you are.
Yeah.
You still have that suit?
I do.
Hey,
I do still have that suit.
awesome.
So planning destinations in your route, it also helps with planning on where and when you're going to hydrate, drink, eat food, shade. There's some restaurants. I'm from Pittsburgh here, so I started actually at the convention center and go all the way to Point State Park, up and around. I have a route that I could do at the drop of my hat. I have restaurants that know me, and I can just walk in. They're like, okay, and there's a small area that they have kind of near the restrooms that I can cool off, de-suit, have a glass of water. Having spots like that enjoy your patronage as well as attention is great to have in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So many places knew you after a while, right? I think some place wanted to hire you as their mascot.
Howl at the moon.
Was it Howl at the Moon?
Howl at the moon.
That would have been awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, planning out your day in detail. Actually, this photo here, that was the day that I got to meet him here in Pittsburgh. And he planned out our day, but we met up in the Heinz Field parking lot, or at least that's what it was called at the time. I think that stadium's got a different name now.
Accuser Stadium?
Was it?
It's stupid. It's still Heinz Field.
AccuSure?
Accuser Stadium.
Okay, thank you.
It's called something stupid. It's Heinz Field.
Yeah.
It's still Heinz Field.
Okay. Yeah. So we met up in the Heinz Field parking lot. We suited up there.
Yeah.
We walked across the street to the T station. We rode our train to Market Square. Spent some time there. Yeah, and like he said, that's where we stopped for food. We got water, etc. This is stuff you might not think about, but yeah, obviously a city is not set up like a Furcon. It's not meant to accommodate fursuiters. There's no headless lounge. There's no water readily available. So you definitely want to plan things like this out. And we ended our day, after that we went to Point State Park, which is where this photo was taken. And we shifted to the nightlife. So yeah, planning out your day in detail.
Also, have a backup plan.
Yes.
So, big crowd of people's there. Furries for Bernie. Have a different place that you can go. Make your routes go around them. Yes.
I kind of been in these kind of events, especially I'm from Chicago, and I go to Millennium Park with my friends.
Nice.
In our fursuits, we meet at our parking garage, which is a block away from Millennium Park, so we walk there back and forth. And
Nice.
sometimes we go to Devil Dogs, which is popular in Chicago.
Is that a restaurant or what is that
Yeah,
exactly?
it's a restaurant. After we finish fursuit walking, and then we go to Chicago Zoo, Lincoln Zoo, which they love us there, and every time we are over there, people thought we were like working for the zoo. They asked us how much is it for a photo. We were like,
Yeah.
we're not.
Yeah.
You're not asking for money.
We've
The
had
best
that
price.
Waste
Free.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had people really try to tip us before, like incessantly try to shove us money. It's like, no, that's not why we're here. Yeah, no, that sounds pretty cool. How often do you guys do that?
Fall Fest and Blue at the Zoo and the Lincoln Park Christmas light show.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, what's up?
If you're in an area with a lot of people, say a prep parade, do not be afraid if you are feeling sick, dehydrated, anything.
Yes.
I get it, there are people around and you really don't want to take the suit off. Your health is more important.
Yeah,
Take the
health
suit
first.
off.
Absolutely.
One slide.
One slide.
One slide.
One slide ahead.
One slide.
For doing this. All right. That is kind of covered here too. Like we mentioned, having an
I'm
outline.
saying it now.
Yeah, having an out plan. Actually, this particular day, my friend in the blue wool suit there, Sapira, at one point, we got a good chunk of the way into our day, but she started feeling rough. Like, we got to Point State Park, we popped the heads to take a break, but you could see it on her face. She's just exhausted. She's mumbling. Under her breath, I even heard her say, I just want to go to sleep. So I was like, all right, maybe we need to get you out of here. She didn't want to be that person. She's like, no, I'll keep going. Okay. She puts her head back on and starts walking like this. I'm like, we're getting you out of here. So he walked us back to the T station. We went back to our hotel and rested up for a bit and head back up with everybody later. So yeah, don't be afraid to pop the head if you're really feeling rough. Execute your out plan if you have to.
With that being said, what do you think we should all bring when we're out shooting?
Water.
Public shooting. Water.
There we go, water.
What else?
Brush.
Was that food?
Brush.
Yep,
Food.
Okay. Yep, brush.
Money.
Money.
Yeah.
Fans.
What was that?
Fans.
Fans? Okay, yeah.
We got fan battery because I guess we got fans in our suit. But fans.
Cooling towels.
Yeah.
Very
Cooling
useful.
towels.
Very
Oh,
easy.
That is actually very useful.
They got more stuff than we have
Okay.
here.
Do you want?
I'm gonna say we can help you with this panel.
Yeah.
It's not like we weren't there.
True.
Well, I wasn't there.
Brush
He was you were not.
cleaner.
That was one. The
We
one
also
time I
got
wasn't there.
camera. Also not listed there.
Phone.
Clothing if you want to de-suit ever.
Yeah, I see a hand up back there. What's up?
I forgot one other spot that my friends go to. It's a Renaissance fair. We are allowed to wear our furs at Renaissance fair.
We've done that too. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Phone charger. Well, phone. Whatever phone
We'll
was
just
there.
have it charged.
We should be taking notes here.
You
I think
know
we're missing a lot of
not
stuff up here.
always pan out.
battery pack we had now.
I will start making
Because you have cooling vests.
I haven't seen a
Cooling
fan with
vest.
batteries in a long time.
Cooling vest, you gotta be careful though, because the cooling vest, if you're gonna be shooting longer than like an
And they
hour,
melt
it's gonna make them hotter that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short term, they're amazing.
Yeah, but if you're on the park and for hours and hours,
Yeah.
not the best.
Also, whatever water you bring, the colder it is, it really does make a massive difference.
That's true.
You gotta keep that water cool.
One point about water, actually, and I'm sure a lot of you might already know what this is or have one.
Camelback.
Yep, this is a camelback. Yeah, and these are really handy, not just public suiting, but I won't fursuit at all without this anymore now. Yeah, so this one carries about 2 liters of water. The straw fits right through my fursuit mouth. So, yeah, great to have, especially if you're in a place where water's not readily available. Let's see, did we mention cameras? I think we mentioned cameras, yeah. So if you want to capture footage of the day, this is something else I love having. I love bringing a GoPro. Now, we kind of learned recently you sort of have to watch yourself with these. We'll get to that later, but yeah, this one in particular will strap to your chest, and you can record and capture first-person footage of your day. So it's nice to have.
We have wonderful videos like at the start of our. So who's going to carry all this?
We're gangling.
A couple people shouted it out. Yeah, handling it. Okay.
What are they there for?
So so that you don't die.
So you don't
Very
die
Very nice.
not
Very nice
cutely.
in here.
Not
You have to die cute.
They're your safety team.
Mm-hmm.
Safety team, carry your stuff.
Right. Yeah. So they are not required, but we highly, highly recommend them, especially if you're new to this, shooting in public, because not only are you going to be dealing with the typical restrictions of fursuiting, limited senses, limited vision, etc., but you're going to be dealing with new hazards that you might not be used to. Crossing streets, uneven surfaces, curves,
Lamp
etc.
posts.
Lamp post.
Oh,
I
there
had
for this?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I
I
had a
remember that.
handler.
Yeah, it's
The
all
handler
lamp
was talking with somebody else. I was like, do. I found the lamppost.
Right in the middle.
They found they weren't my handler anymore.
You're fired.
Fired.
Thankfully, though, I was wearing this guy. And by the way, $200 from Joanne Fabrics. Anybody can make a fursuit. I firmly believe. At his core, he is a bicycle helmet. So I can go crazy with him and not really feel it afterwards. No concussions, at least.
To your knowledge.
To my knowledge.
You were fine. Little days.
Like, little side note from this, I haven't got a fursuit yet, but I'm looking to get one next year, as well as a handler. What kind of, basic tips would you have for, first timers, unless that's coming up later on?
That is coming up.
Right.
Yeah, but thank you for that.
Yep.
Glad you thought of that.
Actually, to that point, this is a great example of a good handler. This individual, Whoopie Cat?
Poopy cat.
Whoopie Cat.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a puddle here and a bit of a step up, so if you stay in front of me, good.
Yeah. So this was actually in Niagara Falls, Canada, Clifton Hill. And a friend of mine who handled it for us, he goes by Hoopy Cat. He was someone I met in college. I didn't actually know he was a furry until after we graduated, but we stayed in touch, and when I found out he went to MFF, I was like, hey, we're trying to put together this gathering at Niagara Falls. Would you be interested? Yeah, he did a good job, as you can see.
In a sense, though, it is herding cats, so
Figuratively and
handler's
literally.
job is very difficult at times. I don't need to know about the puddle 30 feet that way, but I do need to know, okay, what's around me? There's a step up here, there's some cars here. You can hear out of the suit, but your hearing is dulled about 50%. And actually, do you have anything on this?
Nope, go ahead.
Perfect. Will the real fursuiters please stand up? Will the real fursuit, who gets this reference?
Yes.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Will the real Slim Shady please? Suitors, with your heads on, which there are none.
Okay.
You know the age-old arms out, go pinch them closed until you see the edge of your hands.
Yeah. If
If
you want to
you
put your
have-
heads on, we're not going to make you, but yeah.
You have not worn a fursuit. I will pass this around. I took a pair of sunglasses, put tape on them, you put them on, that is the vision of a fursuiter. This is directly
tunnel vision.
Yeah, very much so.
This is directly what I see out of mine. Because I put my head on, took it off, put this on, back and forth until it's spot on. So if you want,
Pass it around.
pass it around.
Yeah. Brett, if you put your head on, stand up for us, could you? Here.
Well,
I'll get your
no,
vision.
that's not fair because his vision's great.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
You got a dead spot in the middle, but
Well,
it's
show us. Wait, where's your vision at? Right there?
Outside is here.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Inside is here.
Okay.
So I can see through. That's pretty well.
Yeah.
Can't see down.
And how
No, I
about
can't
you?
see down at all. It's right there.
Are we all putting fursuit heads on at this point?
I guess so.
Right there? Oh, it's pretty narrow, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
All
So-
slowly starting.
You're going somewhere with this, so.
Vision is definitely impaired. Audio is definitely impaired. Sometimes your sense of balance is impaired because you have kind of claustrophobia.
I literally
You can
almost
sit
fell
down if you
over
want.
yesterday,
Love your wings, by the way.
going downstairs.
Love your
There's
wings.
what-
Watch out for little kids.
Oh God, I've
This
tripped
is
over so many
the
kids.
inside of my suit. It's not wonderfully finished, but nobody sees the inside except me. I have tear duct vision, so if you see the suits where the tear ducts of an animal would be, that is where I see out of. Super small. Where's the sun?
Hey, thanks for coming.
Where's the sunglasses at this point? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll keep passing them around. Keep passing them. Two in the eyes, of course, you get better vision. Follow me is somewhere in between.
Yeah, but this is a good point to relay this to your handler, especially if they don't have any experience. It's best if they do have some sort of experience, whether handling or fursuiting in general. Anyone's better than no one. But yeah, my friend Poopy Cat that we showed in the last slide there, yeah, he'd never fursuited before, so we made it a point to be like, hey, try this on. You know, where's your vision at? See that? That's what we see. You know, just to give them an idea of like, hey, this is how much you gotta watch out for us. Oh, one other thing. Another great thing about having a handler, you got somebody to take pictures for you. Yeah, anytime we got somebody with us, I'm just like, hey, here's my phone, or if I have an actual camera, just take that. Take random photos of us. You know, as we're walking around, if you see a good moment or a fun interaction, or if we're posing for somebody, sneak a picture, take a video of us. So yeah, then you got footage of the day.
Speaking of good moments, and speaking of not being able to see well, other than yourself, what is something that you can damage very easily?
Children.
Children.
Yeah. Children.
Because you can't see them below your nose.
Because you can't see kids, and they run up to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
But
go right for the legs.
Yes.
I've tripped over a couple of children before.
I've come close. Yeah. In all seriousness, though, this is probably one of my favorite parts about public shooting. Kids are just so darn cute. It's pretty common that they'll run right up to you and want to hug you or talk to you or play with you or something like that. You're a giant walkie-talkie stuffed animal to them. So, yeah. The biggest thing is, to the point that we're making, yeah, what's up?
Last year when I was at Anthrocon last year on Sunday, I was at Evanston in Art Valley.
Uh-huh.
I was in my suit, and a kid did run up to me and grabbed me by the wings and was walking with me.
Oh.
And no, in a cute way. He didn't tug at it. He thought I was like a toy.
Oh, okay.
And then when he spiraled around like this, he wanted to hide from his mom. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to let go of me. So I just kind of followed him around until it was time for them to go, because I did not want to break that kid's heart.
Yeah. No, that's wonderful. Yeah, I love moments like that. They really keep you going. It's really heartwarming what's happening here.
So, a great way to interact with children is high fives if they're scared, but also we're cute to them. We're walking, talking, stuffed animals. Of course, they'll want to give you a hug. I wish to demonstrate a difference that Togo and I have a disagreement on. And this is one thing that we should have said at the beginning. These are guidelines. We are telling you what works for us. You can take these and adapt them to whatever your preference is. So in that case, thank you.
You just wanted to steal a hug, didn't you?
Well, of course.
Nice. Yeah.
So as you saw what I did, as you see what the difference between these pictures, Togo and I hug differently. I always hug, especially, no offense, younger individuals, children. Anytime I get down and I hug, my hands are always way out here. My hands are all often very spread wide, way out here. They are hugging me. I am not enclosed them. A lot of people can spin a story out of very little, so I give them nothing.
Also hands and photos.
Also
That's true,
hands
too.
and photos.
Yeah.
Hands.
Yeah. So this kind of goes in line with what you said at the start there. Do what you're comfortable with. Yeah, I understand where Fang's coming from with that. Personally, I think that's being a little paranoid. My attitude is just, hey, you know, if a kid is here, it's probably because their parents brought them up to say hi to me. They're probably comfortable. I don't mind giving a real hug, but whatever you're comfortable with. But one thing I didn't mention or get a chance to mention yet, one of the first things I do, and bless you, if a kid comes up to me, you know, I will kneel down to their level just because they're a little delicate, you know, they're smaller than us. And not only that, but if you do that, you're less intimidating. You know, you're on their level. Did I see a hand up over there?
No, they're not. We got Riddick, but he doesn't care.
Be wary of parents when a kid comes up to you too, because sometimes the parent doesn't want you to interact with their kid, even though the kid does.
Right.
So be wary, just looking around if there's a parent running after them.
Does anybody want to try the vision of Fang?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you'll find too, kids are some of the easiest individuals to interact with. You know, they are so easily entertained. Things like peekaboo go a long way. Offering a high five goes a long way. And I've had kids bring me their toys. Like a kid brought me a little Hot Wheels car one time. I decided to be silly, kind of look at it like, what do I do with this? And I stuck it in my fursuit mouth. You know, made the kid laugh, made the parent laugh. So, yeah. I think that's all I got on this one.
So what comes along with children?
Parents?
They're siblings.
Screaming.
Ice cream.
All very true.
Ice cream. I hate that story.
That's a story.
Yes!
Ice cream.
I don't know if I've heard that story.
I left
We
that.
all got ice cream.
We all got ice
We
cream.
all got ice cream. One kid.
Parents.
Very sticky.
Parents come along. This is actually Anthrocon 3 years ago, whenever the block party was inside.
Yeah. Before we had the block party, when we just had the public meet and greet after the parade.
It was
So,
dumb. I like the block party better.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes parents go, "Hey, hold my baby."
I
No.
hate that. Yes, I do this.
No,
This.
No,
Nope.
please don't. The best way if somebody's handing something out to you is either hands up or hands down. Never make a flat surface.
No.
Because
Because they will.
they will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That is a
For
good
being right in
point.
my hands.
Oh, am I putting this on?
sure. Also, in addition to the vision, hearing, and dizziness, our hands. How much dexterity do we have in our hand paws?
Not enough.
Not enough. Not enough to hold a child. Barely enough to high five. Puffy paws is worse. I do have individual fingers, so I got decent dexterity. But even with these, in suit, unless it's okay, like a pencil. If somebody's handing something to me, I always kind of show them a spot for them to set it down so I can then pick it up on my own. It's a lot harder because it's like, here, grab this bottle. Where do you grab it?
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Or you can point to your handler and just be like, yeah.
Business cards, they suck grabbing in paws.
So yeah. Yeah. But regarding parents though, this is actually another good thing too. Most of the time, parents love it as well. You know, they're very happy to see their kids happy and what have you. Although, one thing to watch out for sometimes, you know, sometimes kids can find us to be a little intimidating. You know, they might be scared of us. And parents might get a little overly excited and be like, hey, come on, want to go say hi to the cute animal over here?
Don't let it chair.
Don't drag your kids in the thing.
Yeah, I've seen a poor kid literally kicking and screaming before when their parent was trying to bring them up to me. And I had to put the brakes on and just be like, no. Yeah. I even said, they don't have to come up and say hi if they don't want to. So, read the situation. Although, if a child is afraid of you, you can kind of test the waters. You know, just use your best judgment. There's been times before, actually I got a story from that day that we were out shooting. So So when we were in Market Square at one point, I saw a mom and her daughter walk up and stop about 10 feet in front of me, and the daughter was kind of shyly hiding behind her mom's leg, but the mom pointed at her and said to me, "See, sweetie, that's a furry. Want to go say hi?" And yeah, I looked at her, I waved at her, and took a step towards her. She recoiled, stepped back. So I just went, "Oh, okay." But she still was sort of staring at me, like acting like she was interested. So what I did was I got down on one knee, did my whole routine and everything. Before long, she slowly came out and gave me a hug. And by the end of it, she was so happy her mom had to pry her away from me.
In addition to parents, children,
I think I had one other point here. Go ahead.
we have everybody else.
Drunk people.
Drunk
Oh,
people.
God. Drunk people.
They are kind of one of the best people to interact with, in my
Sometimes.
preference.
If you're comfortable with that.
If you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
If you got a beater suit, so like I said, $200, this is my beater suit. I can throw this across the room and not worry about it. If you're worried about smelling, have a beater suit. Public suit versus con suit, which is actually these two now. But people in general, what are you? Who do you stand for? Why are you dressed funny? Why are you acting? Any question, any common question do you hear, even at the convention?
Are you in a play?
Are you in a play?
We get that
Are you in a
all the
show?
time.
I haven't asked that before.
Yeah. What event is happening here? Just have answers to common questions, tailored to wherever you are at the time or your preference.
Yeah, and you can say whatever you're comfortable with. I once heard somebody say, just because of how broad the furry fandom is, you could ask 10 different furries what a furry is, and you'll get 11 different answers. But, yeah, the answer I usually give is kind of textbook. We're part of a following for people that are fans of things like cartoon animals, mascot characters, that sort of thing. And our costumes are usually worn at conventions and gatherings, but we're doing some street performing for everyone today.
Costumes?
He doesn't like very long costumes.
Costume.
I usually don't even use the word furry unless they act interested and say, "Oh, tell me more."
Also, looking at their body language kind of communicates a lot of how they feel about what you're doing. If somebody comes up and it's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" That's a lot different than, "Oh, what are you doing here?" So just gauging the situation, seeing how much of a back foot you have to take a step, and judge accordingly. Always safe than sorry, though. And if you ever feel worried, just pop the head, brew the magic. You're not creating the magic for them if they're asking a long list of questions.
Yeah, but most of the time, though, if you played your cards right, we went back to choosing a location and a time of day. If you picked a good place, most of the time, you don't have much to worry about. You might be surprised how happy people will be to see us. To the point about drunks, you showed me the nightlife a little bit. We went to a bar that day called Howl at the Moon Bar. It was fun, but just be wary of the type of crowd you're going to encounter, because there's going to be people there who are drunk. There's going to be people there who might be a little rowdy, I guess. So if you're not comfortable with that, you'll want to avoid that.
Also got to worry about the overly excited people.
I
Fatality.
Scorpion wins.
Can I add?
Yes.
So, we actually did St. Patrick's Day one time in fursuit, and I think you were there with us.
You were there.
I was.
Yeah,
I was. I
and
got my tail ripped.
Yeah.
you
did.
I don't think I would ever do that again because there are so many drunk people.
Yeah.
Too many.
I've got filled up a couple of times. I've been asked, because I'm female, but my first son is male. I've been asked by somebody, "Are you a boy or a girl in there?" And I just played the silent fursuiter and went, Like, you know, if you don't want to like answer somebody's question, just don't answer them. Just be a silent fursuiter. Like, you don't talk.
With a parade or a large event like that, you don't have an out plan, you are really risking.
Yeah,
So,
you're kind of stuck.
since that day, I've been very
Yeah, I've
careful.
never.
I highly suggest not parading.
Like, occasionally
Well,
I'll do
Pride Parade on
Pride
the other
is-
hand,
Pride is a little
is
different, though.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That is a different crowd.
just running up.
But St. Patrick's Day, I would never ever do again.
Okay.
Like, especially in fursuit, I would just never do it.
I'll add that.
Yeah,
It was bad.
it's pretty bad.
It was bad.
I actually haven't been in a Pride parade yet. I'm going to for the first
Oh,
time.
Pride is good.
Pride is
Pride.
good?
It's
Okay.
good.
I got something to look forward to then. Yeah, but again, if you picked a good location, you might actually be surprised how happy people can be to see us. Like, we were talking about the day that we fursuited here in Pittsburgh. You probably know, people here in Pittsburgh know us. We make the local news. They love us here. But when Fang here was telling me about what he had planned for us and about his experiences and so on, when I showed up, you know, I was excited and everything, but I was kind of, well, I guess my expectations were a little low. You know, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, okay, you know, there will be some good interactions to break up the day. You know, some people might come up and ask us for a picture once in a while, but we're probably going to catch a lot of looks. We're probably going to catch a lot of suspicion and stuff. No. We walked across the street from Heinz Field. We got to the T station, and we had to ride an escalator to get up to the platform. And we got about halfway up, and all of a sudden I heard a lady down below yell, "Furries!" And I looked down, and people are just smiling and waving up at us. And I went, oh, okay, this is cool. Didn't think much of it. We got up to the train platform and waited for our train. Like, I think there was about 4 of us at that point. And we're just standing in a circle shooting the breeze. And I think not even 2 minutes later, all of a sudden I'm hearing voices all around us. Just like, excuse me, can we get a picture with you? Yeah, my son wants to come say hi to you too. Just people everywhere, phones out, people smiling. I'm like, wow. We had to elbow our way through the crowd because we almost missed our train. But when we got on the train, I'm holding onto a pole, nudging him, going, I was not expecting that. So,
And still on the T, the subway here, I was still telling him, you're not ready. And he's like, oh, that was great. We almost missed the train. We got so many pictures. I was like, no, you're not ready.
yet. No. Yeah.
We exit, we go up near Point State Park. Giant intersection. It's like a 6-way intersection, 4-lane highways. We get up on top, there's people crossing the street, jaywalking, cars flying by them just to get pictures and hugs with us. It's like, you're not ready. Like, even without Anthrocon, this city loves us.
Right.
They know who we are. They will get pictures of you one way or another.
They will stop their car.
They will stop their car.
Like, take
They'll
photos.
stop their car on the
6-lane highway.
Right. Yeah, and in places like Pittsburgh here where people know us, it's easy. But yeah, we mentioned outdoor events, popular destinations. We picked Niagara Falls. Well, Niagara Falls was my idea. I was like, hey, this is a yeah, you know. I was
Good
like,
times.
yeah, I was like, this is a tourist trap town. People are gonna love us, and they did. What else did we do? In my hometown, the local Christmas event.
Yeah, we got different events. We ice skate every year. We want to go rollerblading. We want to ski. So
You're trying to get me to ski. I don't know how I feel about that.
we'll get you there. Question.
What's a polite way to say no? I always have a hard time with that. They're like, I want a picture with it. And I'm like, oh, I'd love to, but you know, I have to go to the bathroom, you know, or something, you know. But it's like, I don't know what to
you
say.
have your head on or off?
Either way. They're like, can you put it on? You match my truck. I want you to go take a picture over here with me and my kids. They would love to see you. You know, I'm like, well,
Truly, with me, I play to the empathy card, and if I'm done, I'm usually like, I'm sorry, man, I can't. I really gotta cool off. I'm not feeling well.
You can give them the assurance too, like, hey, we'll be back later.
Yeah.
I would just take off my head.
Yeah,
first and foremost, take off the head.
I
Ruin the
always take off
magic.
my head.
Whenever
and tell
I'm done,
people, like, I'm
always.
done.
That's usually
Yeah,
a good deterrent. But
I'm
yeah.
sorry is what I usually say. Not right now. I'll be back later. Something to that effect.
Sorry,
They
stop
usually
it.
understand.
I'll
And
start
yeah,
with and then swipe like sweat wipe usually works out.
fan yourself
Yeah,
or
fan
water.
Ooh, you didn't tell the Niagara Falls story. That's a good example. Yeah. I see your hand back there.
Yeah,
by the way,
absolutely.
we'll get to you. Just a second.
We'll get that to. We'll tell us Ray again.
Okay.
We did miss it.
Okay, what you got?
I was also going to say, they also get the same idea if you're like not wearing your head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people go up like out the tee. We popped the head. They already got their pictures. They wanted us to put the head back on, just to get more pictures. We were like, no, we're pulling off. No.
It's usually a pretty good deterrent. Once you pop the head, people will walk away. But yeah, some people are a little insistent. Just, hey, can you just put it on real quick just for a picture? Don't do it. It'll
Also,
open the floodgates again.
If you're in a group, and this is kind of, it's saying, hey, please don't bother me without saying, hey, please don't bother me, is if you're with a group of people or if it's just you and your handler. Kind of show your backs and just talk one-on-one and be like, hey, I'm here. You have to try to interrupt this conversation just for me to say, hey, look, I'm sorry, I'm talking, I'm cooling off, I'm not putting the head back on.
Right,
So
right.
there's different deterrents in that regard.
Basically, be assertive but polite. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
When we're in groups too, a lot of times what I'll do is we'll have people take turns keeping their suit on, so that it's like Pride's a good example. You've got 6 suitors there. One person will stay in suit for 10 minutes while the others are resting, and then that way people can take their pictures and move along, but everybody else is getting the break they need.
Like a rotation.
Yeah, kind of. And that's like if you want to sit down, let's take a break and eat lunch for an hour, then we'll just kind of take turns here and there. That way people still won't bother your friends who are trying to be off of suit and not want to put their stuff back on.
So getting back on track, we believe there's about 3 different types of people that interact with us or would like to interact with us. This video clip kind of demonstrates all 3 of them. Of course, you're going to see the lady in front. Try to point out or try to mentally see which 3 I'm talking about. So the lady in front is a clear indicator she really likes what we're doing. She's laughing, taking pictures, interacting with us. Great, fantastic. That's what we live for. You got people in the back. This is actually Canada side Niagara Falls. People in the back, they're kind of like poking their heads up, kind of like this gentleman that's walking in now, just poking your head in, being like, what's going on? Okay, I don't care. I'm going to, I think it's Believe It or Not here. You just walking away?
okay.
There's the polite way of. That was not staged. I thought. People in the back poke their heads like, what's going on? Okay, I'm going in. And then you got this guy. The guy that's leaning against this post, that's kind of looking at us, but kind of reserved, kind of held back. These are the people I mess with. I go behind, I take their hat. They want to interact, but they don't want to look like they want to interact. They don't want to be macho men. These are the people that I rope in, and those are the people that tell the best stories.
Not that you need to do things like that. Again, do it. What's that?
Do what you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Yeah. So Fang, when he's out shooting, his character is mischievous. He likes to sneak up behind people. He likes to steal things and whatnot.
Understatement of the year.
And
Every removable song.
I'm trying to be modest.
what's your phone password again?
What?
Nothing?
Okay. Yeah, but do what you're comfortable with. Like me personally, I usually don't approach people myself. Sometimes, they're clearly curious about us, and they're just staring at us. I might at least wave to to test the waters a little bit. And if they're receptive, maybe I'll go up. But yeah, if you do want to approach someone yourself, biggest thing is watch body language. If they're going out of their way to not make eye contact with you and not acknowledge you, then they probably don't want to talk to you.
Wave is step 1, high five is step 2, hug is step 3. If they break it off anywhere in there, don't pursue, kind of look for somebody else because they're there. Breaking the ice with one person, high five, hey, can I take a picture with you? Now you're stuck. Because now they're going to take a picture, the person is going to take a picture, and then there's going to be a crowd forming. So, and I do not really want to get too much into this because this is kind of the bad side of things, but they're clearly not having a good time. Reading body language alone will say that.
The kid's about to have a heart attack.
Shock and awe, disgust looking, just looking at that. Also, it is a feral instinct. Sorry, we're human, but we're also animals. If somebody stares at you, like if you stare at yourself in the mirror, you feel uncomfortable. We don't blink. How can we blink?
They have the animatronic ones.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
That's the fancy stuff.
How can we blink?
Look away.
Look away.
Double
Yeah, look up. There you go.
Look. So who said?
Husk said that.
Us. Because I already taught you this. So you can play peekaboo, even if they're adults. Play peekaboo. Play peekaboo with her. She'll actually kind of settle down and be like, okay, this is a person. That's cute. Maybe. Also, fun fact, and this is very unique. If you take your head with your head and you shake your head yes and no very dramatically, it gives the illusion of blinking. So just options to do. Plus it's also in the affirmative in nonverbal communication, because this means yes, this means no. If you're saying yes to everything, people are more likely to approach.
Yeah. These are just some pointers to make your audience a little more comfortable. But you do sometimes get some negative reactions. My experience has been usually the most negative reaction you'll get is somebody just not acknowledging you as you walk past. Even if it's worse than that, most of the time I'm having too much fun to really notice. Although sometimes the hecklers, the negativity we get a kick out of it. Am I allowed to tell this story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize to anybody who is. No, just yeah. It's just funny. So we mean nothing by this.
So when we were in Niagara Falls at Clifton Hill that particular day, when we were walking on the sidewalk at one point, there was a woman who was walking towards us, and immediately she saw us and we saw her just tense up, and look at us, look away. It's like, okay, she's not comfortable, we're not going to pay her any mind. But as she walked past us, out of the corner of our eye, we saw her just like... So, yeah, just to give you an idea. That's about as bad as it gets.
And then worst case, if somebody's heckling you or they really don't want you around, just walk away.
Right.
You got a route, you got destinations for a reason, just walk away, go somewhere else. The people that want to interact with you will follow you a couple feet. So just be respectful of people that don't want to interact with you.
Yeah. And if somebody gets to be too much, walk away. Not too long ago, when we were out shooting, there was these teenagers that were kind of giving us a hard time. They weren't being mean or anything, but they were kind of messing with us. They were asking a bajillion questions. One of them tried to pick a fight with me. I went with it for a little while, just to make his friends laugh, throw some fake jabs, then hugged him at the end. But they still were kind of incessant after that, so I finally just waved and that way fast.
Pack mentality, and they were trying to one-up each other type deal, and it's just better to be away from that.
Yeah, I've even had kids who are a bit much sometimes too, so just walk away. Yeah. What's up?
I don't know if it's as common anymore, but for like the last 2 or 3 years, there's been a trend of teenagers who do not like furries running up and trying to interview you,
Really?
asking questions, trying to bait you into saying stupid things.
I know what you're talking about, the YouTubers
I got one
and
in
whatnot. Yeah. If
Just
that-
do not answer their questions.
No. In fact, I would take it a step further at that point. If they're asking you really inappropriate questions or stuff you're not comfortable with, just say, it's really not appropriate to be asking people stuff like that. And they don't know what to do with that, or just don't answer and walk away.
Authority. You're going to encounter them. There's one amongst you right now in this room.
You gotta put him on the spot.
Yeah, well, I didn't point. I didn't look. I knew it was coming. Authority. You'll deal with them. People that run events, police officers, people that are trying to keep the peace, people that own the private businesses, anything in that regard. Somebody that can say, like, please leave, and you would have to leave. Individuals like this, we like to approach, especially if they're kind of, I don't want to say following us, but they're definitely giving a show like, okay, what's their deal? I like to approach and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. Is this okay? If you don't like this, we can move on, but go.
You can play the video. Here's an example for you.
We have starting program. If you're out here by like 4th, that would be when we start the program, the stage and everything gets ready. 2:30. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. So this is a good thing to do. If there's security guards there or people of authority, they might get a little suspicious of you. Even if you call the head, they might not know what you are. They might not know what you're doing, especially if they can't see your face. So if you go up to them, take the initiative, show your face, it might make them a little more comfortable. This was late at night in Pittsburgh. We saw these security guards and said, hey, are we okay? And they said, yeah, we appreciate you asking. But, yeah, the whole point of the slide, what to do if you get into trouble. It can happen. We think it's important to touch on this. But if you do get confronted, be cooperative. Don't get confrontational. We unfortunately had this happen to us not too long ago. A security guard gave us a hard time. So what happened was we were public shooting in my hometown of Rochester, New York. And there's an event that takes place around the holidays that we've frequented for the last few years called Rock Holiday Village. And it's a public Christmas event. They turn a park into Santa's workshop. If you go down a set of stairs, there's an ice skating rink down there. We've been there a few times. This past year, towards the end of our night, after we finished ice skating, we decided, let's make one more set of rounds, upstairs. We walked up the stairs towards Santa's village. Security guard stopped us and said, I can't let you in. And we got confused. We're like, we were just in there earlier. And he said, I know, I've been told to ask you guys to leave. And we were confused, but we cooperated. I immediately stopped the camera. I had the GoPro on, and we popped the heads. And we asked, hey, did we do something wrong? The guy brought the rest of the security team over. We didn't really get a straight answer, unfortunately, but one of them did mention something about, you guys are taking pictures and videos of kids. We don't know what you're doing with that. And we went, oh, we think we know what happened. And it kind of goes back to this with the GoPro. When we were waiting in line for ice skates, we were talking to some kids, and their dad noticed the camera and said, are you guys recording this? We were like, yeah. And he didn't say anything else, but he turned away. So we think, okay, he got uncomfortable, which protected Dad. We understand, but we think what happened was he went to security and told them, and that was their reaction. So, yeah, if stuff like that happens, it can be discouraging, it can be disheartening, but best thing you can do, don't let it deter you. Just learn from it. So we thought, okay, what could we have done differently? It was late at night. Rochester doesn't have the best rap for public safety. Some people aren't really comfortable with being recorded, so it was just okay. Yeah, so just watch yourself with a GoPro. Also, we did not check in with security when we walked in because we kind of figured, hey, they know us. And we didn't bother this time, but yeah, they got uncomfortable. So,
Like a renegade.
yeah. But if that happens again, don't let that deter you. Just learn from it. It's worth it to keep going.
Questions, comments, concerns, burns, critiques, add-ons? Wow, this is not the time to go silent.
Alright, first time fursuiters, what would you suggest they do to basically open themselves up and get ready for the whole, just everything you spoke about?
Depends on who you are. Step one is definitely getting a well-trusted handler. So no matter where you are, you can be safe. As well as they can kind of grab you by the hand and drag you along instead of vice versa. Going to different areas, less foot traffic to start with, but enough to get exposure and then work your way up. As well as being comfortable with your suit, knowing your limitations and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically just don't push your comfort zone. Yeah, it's good to, I mean, it's great if you decide you want to do that, but yeah, if you're really scared, if you're really nervous, do what you're comfortable with.
I have zero experience with this
We
stuff.
are a community. I'm sure if you reach out to other furs, you could say, hey, who's done this? Bring me along one time. So that would help tremendously because they experience helps. Yes, back there.
Is there any place where you really shouldn't fursuit in public?
School.
How much time do we have?
Walmart.
Walmart is great. Don't give me that. I love Walmart.
I'm gonna try it just where you can can suit.
I
go to the one I work at.
I mean, don't go to a funeral.
Wear a suit, not a fursuit.
Truly, to answer your question, I'm having a hard time thinking where funeral, like any private event that says no, obviously. Public areas, they're all usually, is this to add to it or a question?
Best thing to do is to call ahead and
Yeah.
say, hey, can I do this? Is this okay
Right.
for me to do?
You missed the first half we discussed. Yeah.
She's reiterating.
Yes, thank you.
And they kicked us out.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's adding on.
You're adding on?
You go to a park and you see a wedding. Stay away from the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from the wedding.
Unless they invite you over.
Yes.
Unless they invite you, but if the
Because-
bride is giving you the look, and you know the look,
Bridezilla.
There were wedding
Furries
photos
ruined
here
my
at the
wedding.
convention center when I was still here, and they asked me to join the what's the
Wedding party?
yeah. Yeah, and they took a couple pictures with us. So not even that. It's truly who is saying what to you. I hope that really does not answer your question, but I hope that helps. Anywhere.
Use your best
The
judgment.
world is our stage unless you are told no.
Right.
Or if it's a place that's just
Quickly add on to that. So even if you call ahead to somewhere that's connected somewhere bigger, like if it's an arcade in a mall, you also have to make sure that that mall's okay with it.
Yeah.
Because that happened to one of my mates where the
Well,
arcade was fine with it. But
malls are difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, malls are tricky. I would not recommend it unless you actually know the owner of the mall or something to that effect.
Yeah, because big businesses like that, not only are you asking for permission to perform in their workplace, but also while you're there, they're liable for you. They're liable for what you do. And if it's a big place like a mall, they might not be comfortable with it.
I had Heelys. I'm showing my age right now. I had Heelys, and I rode them in the mall, and I was asked to no. So, questions?
Anything else?
Anything add on? Perfect.
You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
I got it. Huh?
Why are you so cute?
Aw.
I'm not sued.
Give me a why. What is the reason?
Because I was born this way. I love potential future friends. I have business cards up here and near both the doors. We also got a mutual friend that does sticker art. If you wish, you can pick up the business
She
card.
has business cards too.
Oh, you got business cards?
That means You put them there.
You're welcome to come up. You're welcome to interact. We do gotta kind of go because the parade is in an hour.
Yeah, well,
So-
lineup is in an hour.
Lineup is in an hour.
Lineup is in an hour. If you're suiting there, come chat with me. I got playing cards. We can play. But thank you, everyone.
Yep. If you're here to see some video footage of our outings too, I do have a YouTube channel. It's just Togo Wolf. Twitter at Togo Wolf 11.
Do they have my new number?
Do you have a new number?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, my number's on my business card.
Oh, well, we have to run into them, which we probably won't. Yeah,
Gotcha.
we gotta get them. We'll see you around.
Okay, we'll see you around. We'll see you for the parade. Yeah.
Yes.
What's up?
Because last year I waited 2.5 hours until the I don't want to do that again.
Because you get there early, then you're better off.
Yeah.
We'll be further in the line. Like,
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, he'll be there for